Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. There's a big event taking place Monday, March 18th at 11 p.m. on TV1.
TV1.
Oh, my gosh, TV1, what have they done? Oh, shit, TV1. You wanted to get in the game, TV1? You wanted to get in the game? The D.L. Hughley talk show will put you in the game. It will put you in the conversation.
What did Chris Rock say? Grand opening, grand
closing. It all, TV1.
No, I can't wait.
Honestly, I commend TV1. Because, in my opinion, you're one of the most electrifying speakers in the circles today because of the honesty that you're coming with.
Thanks, man.
Whether people agree with you or not, I respect the fact of your courage to say what you feel from your heart.
You know what makes me sad? It's brave to say what's in your head. Like I don't
Absolutely,
understand it.
DL.
I don't understand it. I
don't want to get slammed.
What's the word? Somebody said some bad shit about you on Twitter. Some motherfucker I never met or never know.
Yeah, but then they'll make you apologize.
Yeah.
In your business, you might get hired to host the Oscars.
Man,
and they're gonna come down on your neck and say apologize.
I think that it's ridiculous. The thing that was disingenuous about the whole thing is that he had said those things years ago.
Right.
He's had several movies that came out. Mm-hmm. You could have brought the subject up, but you waited till it was the Oscars. Now I think no group is above a joke.
Yes.
If I tell a joke, I'm not apologizing for it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean I'm phobic or slurring anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think jokes humanize you. And the funny thing about it is, like, when I defended them, they got mad at me. You don't like transgender women? That's ridiculous. I respect your right to do what you want.
Yes.
My choice is my choice. My thing is my thing. I just don't. I just like my women with no assembly required. I do. I just like
no Velcro or nothing.
I don't want to go to IKEA and get a bra. I can't do that. I just think everything is subjected to humor. I don't think anybody's above it.
But you say the gay community are like becoming the biggest bullies.
Man, if I don't see it your way. Not only do people want to tell you how to act, which I think is appropriate for society, they want to tell you what to think.
Uh-huh.
I don't think like you. The most valuable real estate anybody has is what's between their ears, their brains, and you can't own that. You can. I'm not going to think like you.
Uh-huh.
Like people don't. If you're mad at R.Kelly, you got to be mad at Michael Jackson too. Like whether you agree or disagree or think they did it or not. Here's what we can all agree on. Even if you don't think they pedophiles, they were both shitty babysitters. Like, that's it.
Okay.
We can agree on that.
Okay, all right.
I'll fuck with your music, but I ain't dropping my kids off at your daycare center.
Yes, agree.
And another thing is, people always go, and I still dig their music. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy no new music.
But are you gonna listen to it?
Of course.
So you play R. Kelly at your house?
Let me tell you something, man. Here's the thing. People say, how could you listen to R. Kelly and Michael Jackson after all the horrible shit they sing that song after horrible shit they done? The same way I can sing the national anthem, motherfucker. That's how.
Okay. All right.
The same way I can sing the national anthem.
Okay.
Well, you don't know what R. Kelly was doing when he wrote that song. I know what Francis Scott Key was doing when he wrote the Defense of Fort McHenry. I know. My mother, when we was growing up, if a bread had mold on it, did your mama let you throw that bread away? Or she made you cut that mold off and that's you use the rest you can use?
Oh, shit.
How come people ain't like that?
I did that, too.
Yeah, of course.
What the fuck?
I still do that.
You're
Too grown for that, DB.
Your sister.
They want you to throw everything. Like
you're making a little money now, DB. Buy the bread.
Yeah, we gotta get on him.
We got free bread in the kitchen. What are you doing?
Right. It's great till that lung infection show up. Then it ain't fun.
I was watching D.L. Hughley is probably your uncensored. I've realized in your uncensored. I think why I feel like I get along really well with you. I feel like you're somebody I grew up with. We've known each other
a long time,
over decades, but I didn't realize how many similarities we had in our upbringing.
For sure. I think all people are connected by a similar experience. I think people gravitate to their occupations because of the way they were raised and the things they've seen. And I think it's not unusual. It's not by happenstance that we end up in the same kind of space.
We in the same space.
Yeah, it's not by happenstance.
I got a big sister who would often, to this day, I was on the phone with my big sister for like 2 hours, like last week. You know, when you get this age, man, you don't be talking on the phone for 2 hours to nobody. But
anything.
About anything. Your big sister gave you some key advice. And when I was thinking about in recent weeks, because DL is, next to Kevin Hart, is the most engaged comedian on social media now. Congratulations. And you've been saying things that I've always admired. The fact that I don't care what you say about DL, I ride with him because I know it's coming from a true place. But your sister said to you about getting your ass whipped.
If you're not afraid to take the ass whipping, you can do anything you want. Anything.
Anything. And with that mantra, has that kind of fueled your career?
It's not. It's what am I afraid to be exactly who I am? Okay. Why would I be afraid to be exactly who I am? Mm-hmm. It's the only thing I'm an expert at. Is being me.
Yeah.
And I think like when people there are these mindsets. I just don't ascribe to your mindset, and I don't think that makes me a horrible person. I think it makes me an individual, and I think that just because it doesn't mean that you're right. Like that whole Jussie Smollett thing. Everybody knew that nigga was lying. Everybody did, but everybody's afraid to say something.
I'm riding with him, DL.
Everybody's afraid to say something. I'm telling you, man.
I'm riding with him, man.
Listen, okay. Let me be clear. Okay. I think the motherfucker was lying from the top. When the motherfucker, okay. So you go get a sandwich, and these two motherfuckers just happen. We go on the Subway, but let's bring that noose and this bleach just in case we run across that nigga from Empire. Just in case we do that, and then just the whole shit didn't make sense to me. Now, we've ceded our ability to call bullshit when we see it, or to say that we believe it's bullshit without all these other, well, you're this phobic and you're that. I just don't believe a story I heard. It's a lot on it. Just like when I was watching, what's more insulting to me than either R.Kelly or Michael Jackson is how it took a documentary for us to react to things we knew had been going on for decades. We knew that he had been that R.Kelly was a pedophile. It took a lifetime. Like, so is our empathy connected to our remote? The only way we can feel anything is if they tell us on a documentary. Look at the charges, the dates of the charges he's being charged with. That's 20 years ago. You knew it 20 years ago. Whether you think Michael Jackson did it or not, it's inappropriate for a grown man to be in bed with kids, and we knew it was happening.
Okay, so we were talking about this earlier. We watched Gayle King, who did an awesome interview of R. Kelly and his accusers, and one of the accusers said that her parents told her
the girlfriends.
I'm sorry, not accusers. One of the girlfriends that lived with him said that it was my parents that was telling me to lie about my age, and I'm gonna collect this footage, make this videos. We're gonna in case we need to blackmail him. When you talk about Michael Jackson and these kids in the bed,
his parents said, but it's all. Listen, everybody. Would you let your child sleep in the bed?
Not at all.
Man? It wouldn't happen, but only because somebody's staggeringly talented would you even have this conversation. If that dude was the same dude with the same predilections, with another occupation, you wouldn't tolerate it. But society does. We do it in the Catholic Church. They do it. They do it in the Boy Scouts. They do it. Wherever you get your high from, you'll let them brutalize our children just because of what they do.
Yeah.
Like there's 1,000 priests that we know molested children. Where they at? They should be in prison too. I don't care if you pop your collar or wear one. If you fucking with kids, you should go to prison.
Just go to prison, pop your collar.
I don't get what that's. That's
how
even.
DL always find that punchline? How did he do that?
I don't get why that's even hard, man. I don't get I don't get why people get upset about half the things I say.
You've had a pretty colorful life. Your journey to get to where you are. When people watch this uncensored on DL Hughley Sunday, March 17, they're gonna find out things about you. That helped shape and mold you into the person today. And I think one of the most, passionate moments I ever watched on TV is watching you speak on your relationship with your father.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when he died, my father just died. And he never said, I love you, I'm proud of you. When he was dying, he said, I never got to tell you how much I love you and how proud of you I am. And I never got to tell you what it meant to be your father. And I felt the weight of the world was lifted, and then he was gone. And so I'm 54 years old, and I feel like an orphan. Because I met my father the day I lost him. And I'll never do that to my children. They'll always know who I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a moment right there.
Man, I miss that old man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. When did he pass?
July?
Oh, that just happened.
He was a mean mother. Oh,
was he?
And like they say, your old man will come to you in your people you love will come to you in your dreams. I'm like, nigga, you still mean? Wake up! Ain't you dead? You think death would mellow your ass out, but it didn't.
But what was I had men in my family that
Yeah.
were strict, and as a kid I thought they were mean. But what now in retrospect, being a father,
I think when I hear things like toxic masculinity and stuff, my daddy taught me how to be a man.
okay,
I'll take being wrong with Charles Hughley than right with a committee of people telling me how to be a man. I really was. He was a man. I remember when I was a little boy, I was on this drunk dude's grass, because everybody was drunk in your neighborhood. I was on his grass, and I was in third grade or third or fourth grade, and he pulled a pistol on us, and all the kids ran down and told my old man what happened. My old man gets up, and I get there, and I'm like, no, he didn't do it, because my old man's gonna go. I'm on his legs, like trying to stop this motherfucker from going down there. He gets down there and says, you put a gun on this one right here. He never even called me son or that. He says, you put a gun on this one right here. And the dude was like incoherent, kind of drunk. My daddy took that pistol out that man's belt, whooped him with that pistol, threw it back and said, come on. I'll never let you do some shit. Like, that's where I grew up from.
okay,
Like, when I grew up, I was the first one picked for a fight, but the last one picked for a game. I'm not finna let you do shit that, you can't do things like that to me. Like that, when Terry, like,
I was gonna say
the
that's
whole
what
Terry
it formed.
Crews thing,
Yeah.
it wasn't about what he would have done, it what I would do. You're not gonna do. The only thing a black man has is his physical person. All I own is me. The world has done it to tell me where to live and where I can go and how much I can make and how safe I can be. You can't. The thing I got that I own, the only thing I got that I own is me. And you're not getting ready to do that to me. And if you do, it's gonna cost. I'm not gonna do it. That's not to emasculate what you did.
Yeah.
You can't be my agent. My agent, you work for me. You gonna touch my balls and send an invoice in? That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
It ain't gonna happen.
Have you and Terry, other than social media, talked yet? Is he gonna come on your show?
I hope he does. I don't think that there is. I resent that people are invested only part of the way. Like,
break that down.
Because the Me Too movement, who was very supportive and instrumental in making things happen, was able to do something rare, which is see a black man as a victim, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Now that you can see that we can be victims, when the next time a black man is shot, say something. You can get mad when he's found. Can you get it mad when he's shot? And be sincere. If a man Terry Crews' size, a black man, was sitting out in front of one of their houses at night, they call the police on him. And if something happened to him, they be silenced. So you speak loud when it's a cause that fits your purview, but not when it doesn't. Be just as mad when somebody is gunned down as when they groped. If you can see a black man as a victim when he's sexually assaulted, what about when he's assaulted by the police? Be consistent.
Facts.
Don't tell me how this is. We're all in this together until we ain't. So I think it's a disingenuous conversation, and if it came from an organic place, I would be more invested in it. But they're only part-time human beings.
Part-time human beings. D.L. Hughley. I would even offline like to see you and Terry. You like come face to face in a conversation.
I just think, listen, I don't see the world the way you do.
Yeah.
And I don't make an excuse for that.
Yeah.
And I think that this notion of to me, being a man is a very singular activity. It's being able to speak your mind flatly, whether people dig you or not. Being able to have a perspective that you feel confident in defending, and fighting for what you believe in. There's nothing toxic about that to me. There's nothing toxic about I believe in me, whether people believe in me or not, and I will say what I believe, whether it costs me or not. I think there's nothing more. If I come up from a man that took a pistol from another man, you think I'm gonna take shit from you? It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
Not today.
D.L. Hughley. I mean, when you look at your stance on R.Kelly and Michael Jackson, and when you watch this, and people might wonder, well, where does it come? How can he just say this about Michael? Michael was beautiful. Mike made this great music. Same with R.Kelly, blah, blah, blah. But you had incidents growing up that are consistent to what you're saying today.
Absolutely.
And there was an incident in your life where the guys in your neighborhood had a young lady, pulled her in the house somewhere, and said, hey, come on, we about to bang. We about to gang bang.
I was coming from, it was a school called Avalon Gardens. So it was our elementary school. So they said, we got this girl, and we gonna pull a trainer. We gave her Spanish fly, whatever they thought they were doing. and they were all older than me. And you know, I didn't know a lot about sex and all that kind of stuff, but I'd always heard about it. It was dope. Let me see what's going on. I instantly know she's not with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, hey man, I wouldn't have known to call it rape because I was so it just never wasn't. It wasn't in my lexicon. I said, she doesn't like this. She don't want to do it. And I said, I grabbed her and said, come on. And they were older than me, and they were mad, and they knew they were wrong. They knew I knew they were wrong. And I walked her out of there, and she smelled like blood. It's the first time I ever smelled like blood and pennies. I remember that whole
pennies.
Yeah, it smelled like
money, like coins.
Yeah, it smelled like you ever smelled a bunch of pennies together. It smelled, and I every time I smell that smell, it takes me back to it. So I'm walking her home past these, and they call me bitch and punk, and you don't fag and everything, like because they like you stopped us from. So I walk her to her neighborhood. Her brother sees this girl and me. He's his sister. He runs out with a knife and is chasing me around the car, and she is so traumatized. She didn't say nothing until he almost come. She said, it wasn't him. He says, you live in that neighborhood? I said, yes. He said, tell me who did it. I said, I can't. You know, I gotta live with these dudes. He said, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna cut you. So I said, you're gonna have to cut me. And I closed my eyes and waited for him to cut me, and he didn't. So he said, get the fuck out of here. And him and his dudes kept hitting me the whole way home, like, all slapping me and kicking me. I got kicked taking her and kicked coming back. I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? I'm just trying to do what I thought. Like, I didn't even think whether it was wrong or right. So 2 weeks later, I'm at Smitty's liquor store. This dude comes up, gets out his car, her brother, and I'm going, here we go with this bullshit again. We're going to get fucked up again. And he goes, thanks, nigga, and get back in the car. But people. Wait,
he said what?
He said, thanks, nigga. That's like, that was the best he's going to do.
That was like an honor right there.
It was better than the ass whooping I thought I was getting ready to
get. Right?
Yeah, like it's like, but you know, you grow up. Like I remember my father told me, man, I used to get my ass whipped by this cat named Clifford. And he would always beat me up and take my lunch money, and I would come home and I'd be hungry. And my father one day, he got home early and like, nigga, why are you hungry? You know, you just ate lunch. We ain't having dinner. He said, somebody been taking your money. I'm like, no. He said, I don't feed cowards. I won't feed you. You gonna eat when I eat at dinner, and that's it. I'm not feeding the coward. So whatever's going on, if you don't eat at school, you ain't eating till I get ready to eat at dinner. So the next day, like I know my old man ain't gonna. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't say. So it was burrito day, and I'll never forget it, man.
The details.
And that nigga beat my ass, but he did not get my money. He didn't get my money. And my lunch tasted like blood and burrito.
Blood
like, cause my mouth was busted open. Do you know that's the best taste I've ever had?
Blood and burrito?
It's the best taste I've ever had.
True carnivore right here.
Because the first time I fought and ate, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I lost, but I fought and I ate, and that you can't. People can show you things better than they can tell you. And my son will tell you that about me. Listen, you ain't got to win. You ain't got to win. A woman will never begrudge you for losing. They will only begrudge you for not trying. You can lose. They can see you lose. They just can't see you quit. And that's what they can see you lose. Like shit is better than you. You just you know, but you can't. And if this is a world where I can't be who I am, then I'm just gonna do it and see what happens.
D.L. Hughley, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to come back with your phone calls. 888-742-3345. The D.L. Hughley Talk Show. Monday, March 18th, 11 p.m. on TV One, and Uncensored Sunday, March 17 at 10 p.m.
Okay. Hello, motherfucker.
Sway in the morning. D.L. Hughley is here. We got Aaron on the line from L.A. Aaron, what up, man? Aaron, what up?
How you doing?
Doing good, man. We got D.L. right here. What's popping with you?
Man, I'm good. Good morning, Sway. Good morning, Heather B. Cass, Sway, Universe, Heather G, Tracy G.
Hey, Bo.
Mike Muse, everybody. Man, I just want to say to DL, man, I appreciate you. You know, you definitely give LA a good, strong fork on the plate to eat it all up. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Cat Daddy. You know I appreciate it.
That's how to be men. I like your platform. You've always stood for something, always unapologetic. you know, and I wanted to give you your props for listening to you. Man, when we gonna get the Hughleys back in syndication?
I wish. I couldn't do that again.
Why not?
I think networks are just too. You know, we live in like we were talking about a society where you can, the minute you say something they don't like, then they attack the advertisers. I can't.
You don't want to go through that shit.
I don't want to do that again. Taking notes from people that don't know what the fuck they doing.
What if you did the damn it, you just nailed the entertainment business right there. I had to trip up over that.
You just quit the question.
Yeah, man, I just quit the question because I always say, man, I'm taking guidance from people I can teach guidance to.
Right. I don't go to my mechanic to see about my teeth, motherfucker.
What the hell?
I don't know how that happens.
D.L. Hughley, man. What about the Hughleys on Netflix?
You know, I'm in a whole different space. That's more collaborative than I want to be.
Okay.
Like I don't want to share no more. Like I want to. I'm excited about the show because I work with Jasmine, who's my co-star, and then you know, cats I really want to fuck with, and that's all I want to do. All I want to do is the shit I want to do. Like I'm 55 now. I'm in the last. You know, I'm in the third quarter. I got to start fucking around doing shit I want to do only because I want to do it. That's it. I want to, and it's just too. Now everything is too collaborative and too. You got to explain yourself. And I meant this. So I want to do what I want to do, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'll be in Jackson, Mississippi to follow a gig. It'll be the same thing.
Same thing. Courtney, what up?
Same thing.
Courtney.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up, Courtney? Say hello to DL.
Good morning, DL.
Hey, now what's happening?
I'm calling because I wanted to say that years and years and years ago, I'll never forget, I worked at a boutique here in Santa Barbara, and we set up shop in your house. I had no idea it was your house, though. And your wife was the kindest, most down-to-earth.
I remember that.
I will never forget it.
Yeah.
I was hungry. I did not live with my parents. I had no money. And she was like, "You're hungry." And I said, "Yeah, I'm a little hungry." My boss said, "Don't you eat her food." And she said, "Come here. You're going to eat today." And she fed me, and it was delicious, and she was so sweet and kind.
She is a sweet. Yeah, my girlfriend's not near as nice as my wife, but my wife is a.
Hold up, man. What do you mean by that?
She's not. She's not as nice as her.
You still got a girlfriend?
Who doesn't? Stop it. Don't be silly.
Yo,
Don't be crazy.
Who doesn't? Damn.
Who doesn't? Why are you saying that?
She knows you got a girlfriend?
No, she doesn't. She would. I hope she ain't listening to Sway. Is
that on? Man, that's possible.
Is that on in our apartment right now?
She's a citizen. It might happen. Tracy G.
You know, DL, I always appreciate your POV, your thoughts, everything. I'm wondering, going back to when you said how male activity is very singular in a sense, you know, and everything that you mentioned, I can relate to as a woman as well. So I'm wondering, what has been your idea of a woman's role? You
know what? I think that women have been forced into a lot of roles that aren't necessarily natural ones. Like, it's a shame that so many women are raising. They're having to raise boys and do that as close as they can to approximate. It's almost like you know how we was little and your parents didn't have no tools, and they put a bike together with a screwdriver, with a butter knife and a shoe. Well, the bike still worked, just not like it was meant to. And I think you're doing the best job you can with the tools you have. And I could see. You know, I can. People always say, "Well, black women are mad," but nobody ever asks why.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everywhere you go, everything is more protected than you, and the people that you protect don't protect you back.
Hello.
Why wouldn't you? It ain't wrong to be mad. It's wrong that people don't understand why. Because if they don't understand why you're mad, they can't do anything about it. If you're the least protected group on the face of the earth, and the most vociferous in your protection of people, that would make anybody mad.
Yeah, but when you made that comment, people took it a whole nother way.
I can't be responsible for it. Like I'm so over with people. They always go. What you meant was like when it was so funny because I was watching the R.Kelly interview like everybody else. And when he got all upset, did you see Gail like Robert? Because every black woman has had. I've been in that position where I don't know that bitch and I don't know what's going on. Daryl. All she didn't say is, "What am I, boo boo the fool?" That's all she didn't say.
Yeah.
But it's so funny that people get mad at the things you observe. It is not wrong to be angry without having somebody recognize the things that contribute to it. Like it's not. I would be angry too. If I were unprotected, if I were left by myself, if I were left to fend by and I see everybody else getting protected, do something to a white woman. Now, I ain't trying to be funny. Do the thing, say the things you say, and do the things you do to a white woman. See what happens.
D.L. Hughley, good point. And I'm glad you explained that. We got somebody on the line. Muggs, what up?
Muggs.
What's up, brother?
What's
Good
up?
morning.
That's my homie Muggs. He an OG from L.A., DL.
Yeah, for sure.
He never calls. He don't call me at home. But if somebody come on the air and say some shit, he'll call up on the air on the warm line. Muggs, what you want to say, man?
Hey, brother DL, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right, player.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
Sure.
It's a long time ago, brother. At the Total Experience in Los Angeles, you were Robin Harris.
That's where I started.
You remember that?
Yep, I started at the Total Experience with Blue Magic.
You know me with Blue Magic. Open up for Blue Magic. Me and my brother-in-law in your barber on 135th.
Dwayne Blanks.
Put that show on.
Sure, and I tell people that's how I started talking shit at the barbershop. And Robin Harris and Blue Magic was giving a concert, and Dwayne said, "Hey, if you think you funny, get on stage." And they
said that to you.
They got on. They walked me to the stage with no material. And the minute I picked up a microphone, I knew it was what I was gonna do for the rest of my life. And it was at the Total Experience.
And Muggs is one of the people who put that event on.
And it was and Blue Magic. They had groupies, and I was like, man, this is wonderful. These old dudes,
like 50-year-old groupies or real groupies. Like,
if you know you got groupies when you got all your music on 8-track and you still get women. Oh man,
wow.
Your song skip and you still get a bro.
Hey man, I can never catch up with you, but I always tell my boy, I'm from Inglewood, and Chris Spencer is my family. That's my boy. So I always tell him, I said, man, when you see DL, tell him, man, that the Total Experience, when you first started, that was your first night ever doing comedy.
That was the first. Wednesday I was getting my hair cut. Friday I was on stage.
Everybody got a beginning, right there. D.L. Hughley. Hey Muggs, I'll hit you later, man. I'm headed to the West today. Okay.
All right. Much love, DL.
Back at you, man.
Good work,
thank you, player.
Hey, before you go, DL, we always like to prop up a little game for you.
I like it.
All right. This one is called
Inside the Mind of DL.
There it is.
Politics, religion, sex, Hollywood, war, injustice. There's a lot going on in the world today.
Same shit, though. That's
we
all
have just the right person to break it all down. We're going inside the mind of DL right now on Sway in the Morning.
All right. It's real simple, real quick.
Just throw some topics that are currently in the news. Chloe and Tristan's marriage drama with Jordan Woods. What do you think?
Well, when you made your living, that's she got her dude by messing around with another dude. Like, that's what they do, right?
Yeah,
you can't be shocked when the same shit you do come back on you. You can't be mad. You can't be mad when a motherfucker do what you did. I just, it's so beyond me how people are so fascinated with these reality shows. Like, you're so desperate to watch somebody live, you're forgetting to do it. I don't get it.
Okay, there you go. They're not married, by the way. All right.
They won't now. Huh?
Okay, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
They won't get now.
No. Okay, what else?
Steve Harvey's conversation with Monique.
I think Steve tried to do good. You know what made me mad about that conversation is that two people coming from different perspectives. Now, Steve, if you want to make bread, and he's done it, and I guess he'll show you what he did, and you can either take that or not. What I resented that they did is when they pulled back a 20-year-old joke he told on the Kings of Comedy, the documentary we did together, and applied it to now. It was out of context and out of place. Everybody was laughing at that joke 20 years ago, and now all of a sudden it's not right. It's the way that they indict people. If you go back and snatch something out of context and put it into a conversation you're having right now, of course it's gonna look crazy. But I didn't think I know Steve. I know Steve has done a lot of stuff that some people didn't dig, but that's a righteous dude, and he does a lot of good stuff.
In the community that you never even know. You'll never hear about.
Steve and George Lopez do more stuff for more people that nobody will ever talk about than anybody I know in the entertainment business. How many times they saved people's houses, and how many times they gave money and didn't say anything about it. And then when they make when people don't like something they do, they make them look something other than I know them to be. That's crazy.
All right.
Last one. Harvey Weinstein, jail time or he'll beat it?
He should go to jail. Look, if if Bill Cosby's in jail, if that's what it requires, you should be in jail. And it should. I'm not saying Bill Cosby shouldn't be in jail. I'm saying he should have some company. Like all these cats, like all of them. I'm saying, okay, it should be priest and like all these priests. Like one dude said he's molested by his priest from the time he's 13 to the time he's 28. Why ain't he in jail? It's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I don't get it. So if Harvey Weinstein did what they said he was doing, I don't want to hear it. Move over Bill and they should be together. They can do a movie.
Okay.
They'd be tight.
DL Hughley, ladies and gentlemen.
Stir Crazy Part 2.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, DL, give out your social media. Y'all want to continue the conversation.
It's, at Real DL Hughley on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook. Does anybody do Facebook besides recipes now? Just old people.
Hey, and you can check the DL Hughley Talk Show Monday, March 18, 11 p.m. on TV1. You can see tune in on the 17th, that's Sunday, on Uncensored DL Hughley. You'll get to know, man, I learned a lot about you, man.
Thank you,
You
man.
know, absolutely.
You can tell it from the weather. I learned a lot about you.
There it is, with a T. All right, okay, man. DB, who we got up next?
Amara La Negra.
Shade 45.